1, 2, 3.
Oh, sailfishy boy.
The pipes are calling.
The sailfishes are calling.
We need to
The
change
sailfish stop fishing anymore because I can't wait for eating all the sailfish.
Straight out, we got one left to go. I can't wait for final sail.
Happy St. Patrick's Day! All right.
Love it.
There you go.
Got my lucky glasses.
I got my lucky shirt on.
You're good?
Yeah,
All right.
you get to wear those.
How do these go? Am I going to be able to put my hat on? I can't fit these on anywhere. I have to put these up.
Now you got it.
Is that good?
Yeah.
All right.
So how long does this have to last before I can go back to relatively normal?
We got, what, an hour and a half?
Yeah, I won't make it.
Jeez.
See how long R can make it.
I can already feel the hives starting to form.
All right, so it feels like Ireland out there today, and it's 10 in the morning ish, and
Ish.
And am I going to be drinking beer alone today?
I'll probably join you.
That's
There
cold.
you go. It's cold. These ones are cold. The Funky Buddhas are cold.
Never had a funky Buddha.
So, and then Jimmy said
Take
said
your
he's
sock
not
off.
going to drink. You have that Guinness is cold. If you want to have that one, so
Looks
We're
like a
cracking.
happy bear.
so I'll crack the.
Looks like Skip after he's had 5 or 6 of them.
Nice.
I'm gonna break the ice here, so I'm cracking open. Good. Oh, look at you.
Oh, God.
All right, here. You don't want it? I'll take it.
I'll try it.
All right.
See what happens.
And if we need more, we can have Jenny come bring us more. If no one wants to drink those Guinnesses.
Call
Yeah, there's
Uber
no
Eats.
chance I'm doing that.
All right. So, welcome to Connected by Water Tournament Talk Edition / St. Paddy's Day Edition. So, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yay. So, I'm really kind of like, I don't know what to do with this here. But I'm just so in awe of the spectacle that's in front of me.
Am I the spectacle or is it what I'm wearing?
No, it's the whole. No, everyone's the spectacle. My spectacles are what I'm wearing. No, so okay. Welcome to Connected by Water, presented by Joey Accardi, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and we are in here with Captain Skip Dana and Art Sapp and Jimmy DeMarco is our special guest, our first tournament talk special guest. So, welcome to the debauchery.
Thank you.
Who's this Jimmy guy you're talking about? That's Fonzie.
Oh, well, yeah. So where's the Fonzie, huh?
Yeah, I kind of got dubbed that from Skip.
Okay.
No, I think you brought it on yourself with the whole Fonz and Noon thing, and then
Yeah,
that's
tell us
your
the
turn.
evolution of this.
Oh, yeah, you might have to explain the whole Fonzie Noon thing.
So before Skip left us, and I'll just say that
Here we go
kindly.
with this again.
Yep.
All right, before he bailed on us, and we all fished together. And I guess I referenced someone as a Fonzanoon, and nobody was really familiar with what that is. Are you aware what a Fonzanoon
You
is?
being Italian and all.
No, it's a person who farts in the bathtub and bites the bubbles. So that there would be a Fonzanoon. Proper definition.
The glasses
So-
are off already?
couldn't take it.
Oh, jeez.
So the whole Fonzie Noon thing, like we would be charter fishing, and Jimmy would be like, "Got me a Fonzie Noon today." I'm like, "Yeah, I got one too."
Skip and have a guy that wants to catch a hammerhead shark. The wife beater, no sleeves. You got a Fonzanoon.
Big heavy bling like that.
Hey,
You know?
hey.
Hey, look at
I like
this.
it.
I got this.
Bites the bubbles.
Bite the
That's the
bubbles.
part that got me.
He always misses leg day. Little buff up here, but always misses leg day.
So this is kind of what went on when we all fished together.
Okay.
You know?
Hence, that's why I said, "Hey, Fonzie, what's up, buddy?"
So
All right.
that's
Nice
where that
Fonzie.
one happened.
All right. I thought they were trying to say that you look like Fonzie.
No, I don't think that's it.
No.
I think it's more of a shortened. He likes to call me a Fonzanoon.
Okay.
Is really where that came from.
Gotcha. All right.
You know.
So I'm glad you clarified that because I was a little
We got that straight now.
got it straight now.
Don't let the motorcycle and the leather jacket fool you.
I thought maybe sometimes you could like hit the boat and then all of a sudden the sailfish show up just like Fonzie would hit.
You got to try that.
Oh,
We need something to happen.
might be
Yeah.
up to that now.
So we're coming fresh off the Jimmy Johnson, right?
Oh, we are? That was this week?
That was this week. And
I'm still shooting for a do-over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it never happened.
Seemed like it was a really, really pockety show, huh?
Well, we got 2 events ahead of that.
You got 2 events out of that.
So let's go
That's what I'm
there
saying.
first. They
Go
were
there
painful
first.
as hell, too, but I don't want to talk about that Jimmy Johnson, man.
I mean, had they not changed it from Thursday and Friday, and they let it Friday, Saturday the fishing was epic.
ifs and buts for candies and nuts or something.
Oh,
You
my
all have
God.
a wonderful day.
That guy.
No, whatever the day.
Did you just quote the bad sheriff? What's his name?
It's been a long day. But no, I mean, whatever the day. I'd much rather have the
OJ
weekdays
would
like
still
that.
be in prison.
Yeah, he would. Yeah.
What was the last term we talked about? Probably the challenge?
No, I think it was before the challenge was.
It was the Derby.
Yeah.
Last term was Derby.
I think so.
Derby.
No,
day.
operation. Derby operation. And we talked about all that stuff. And also you got to fish that.
We did the IGFA.
Right. And
Yeah,
then the
tournament.
last one's a challenge.
We had fished the challenge before. The last time we talked, I don't think we did. No, we definitely
No,
did.
we didn't. That's what I'm saying. There was,
Yeah,
we're
so
going to
that's
talk
what's
about
up.
the challenge today.
Challenge is up.
Yeah.
Yep.
The challenge was a challenge for
It
sure.
was. They literally.
It's been a challenge this season.
Yeah, well, and that's the crazy thing. Some days phenomenal, but they just aren't lasting as long. And there may be Skip. You know, we had that question there. What from Steve-O? What's up with the floppers? Where the hell did them things go? You just not seeing them at all. Tree fishing, charter fishing. I mean, just none. And Skip man nailed it there. It may be they've developed a real concern for these sharks, and they go splashing around, and here they come. And the reality is, one shark's not going to run down a sailfish, but there isn't just one. They're working in packs of 10 and 12, and they run out of places to go. So maybe that's why the flopping isn't happening. And I'm also thinking that's why they go off in one spot one day, and the very next day you could barely get a bite. It's the activity ramps up, and the sharks ramp up, and the sailfish. I'm out of here.
Especially those bull sharks, and they run those.
Sandbars are so big too now.
Yeah,
They're just as
that's true. Yeah.
they're just
They're
as
bad.
bad.
I think sandbars are faster too.
I don't think people really. I mean, maybe some do, but I don't think everybody realizes like world comparatively speaking, like how many sharks are actually in this concentrated area compared to everywhere else in the world. It's a lot.
It's
More than
bad.
anywhere.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much. And the crazy thing is you see the 10 or 12 from the boat, and then you look at your bottom machine and you're marking another 10 or 12 that are 50 feet down you can't see.
Yeah.
So you throw a GoPro and water's going to get eaten, you'll never get it back. But it'd be nice just to know how many there really are under you when they're getting after you as bad as they do.
What are they saying on the commission that you're a part of about this?
Well, that's the thing. The sharks are HMS species, highly migratory species, and forever I kept getting told by the scientists that what you're seeing isn't real. It's not happening. From behind your desk, you're going to tell me that what I physically see and all my guys physically see on numerous charter boats and tournament boats isn't actually happening. And yep, that's what we're saying. Well, that tide seems to be changing, and they're starting to believe because enough people are finally saying, "Hey, this is a real issue."
Some of the
They're at
videos
least-
are coming out now.
Yeah.
They're
They're actually asking the question now.
yeah.
What do we do to fix this?
I mean, it's not just that they're focusing on a school of tunas or kingfish where there's a big body of fish. They're eating dolphin, they're eating sailfish, they're just about everything that's hooked now. I mean, you used to catch a cobia off one of their backs and they'd never turn on the cobia. Now you hook a cobia and you better get it done quick.
They learn.
Oh yeah,
Oh, it's
The sharks learn.
learned
Yeah.
behavior, 100%.
Definitely learn behavior. Like I can't, for all the years fishing, I can't ever, the first sailfish I can ever remember getting eaten was probably John Louis in Operation Sailfish.
during Wild Bill's TV
Or
show,
that was what, 6, 7, 8 years? It was a while ago.
2014.
So
That was
six
2014.
6 years ago. That's the first one I can ever remember getting eaten as far as the
And
sailfish
it was
goes.
shocking, utterly
Yeah.
shocking that happened. I couldn't believe it. And that was up there on that Jupiter Ledge. Now
Yep.
What happened?
on TV.
It was the end of the day. That fish would have put them in the lead for the tournament and the daily.
No, just a daily.
Just a daily.
Yeah.
And they got it, within a few feet of grabbing the leader, and bull shark came up and ate it. They got the head back.
Oh.
And that's the first time I can ever remember that happening.
Yep, for sure.
And that was probably the start of the invasion up there, I would say.
The Great
And that-
Invasion.
Yeah, and that's only 2000. That's only 2 years post closure of the commercial fishery,
Yep.
and where we are today now, 6 years later, it's disgusting.
And I mean, it's not just, you fish a jig bait now, you literally, when we charter fish, we always put something like that in the mix. We'll put a jig bait down, you know, it's especially this time of year, trying to get a bite from a cobia or whatever. You better bring a dozen of them with you because you're going to hand 6 or 8 of them off to sharks before I just get frustrated and stop putting them out. Then Art says, hey, where'd that jig bait go? Well, it's sitting right over there. We're out of jigs.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
But
And they're so lazy, too, because they're only wanting that dead bait until you hook a fish. And if they're going to put the energy forward, they know it's coming. They're going to get a real meal, a big one. So they don't, the live bait, you put a weighted live bait down, that's too hard to catch that thing. They wait until they get a semi-subdued sail or king or bonita or whatever. And it's definitely, it's an issue. And it's, like say, a learned behavior. They're after large prey species, their prey. Nobody else is targeting them.
We put a lot of them on the flat line this year. They go on bit, starts rolling off, get tight, and it's just
Start heading out east. Yeah.
it just goes and goes and goes. I'm like, oh, break that one off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the I wonder, you know, how much of the fishery is being affected by the Chinese fishing too, off the Bahamas. You think that has anything to do with the effect? Because I hear that it's ramping up.
I've spent an awful lot of time there. I haven't witnessed any of it. And the only fishery that they would really have a great effect on us would be some of the more highly migratory, the mahis and potentially the billfish, depending on what kind of fishing they're doing. But I don't think they're affecting any of our coastal migratory type fish at all.
I at least wanted to throw that question out there because some people have raised it recently about, with the Chinese fishing and what's going on. Is it, you know what I mean? So
I think they're going to be wearing out the bottom fish and stuff like that.
I don't even think they're there. They're spending a lot more time and money on land over there, the casinos and that sort of thing. You know, I haven't seen evidence of any. And dude, the local Bahamians would get pretty heavy on them about allowing that kind of activity. I don't believe it's happening. I haven't seen it. Haven't witnessed any of it. Like I said,
I'm not offering my opinion on it one way or the other. I'm just raising a question because it's been asked lately.
It's going to be south end, way down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they take a beating bad enough from South and Central Americans down there in the southern end already that the majority of commercial fisheries that the Bahamians are doing are further north than that, just because they're getting beat up so bad down there by other countries. And you'd see the Asian boats, and they're not there. I don't see it.
So, I mean, just to kind of reel it back, we were talking a little bit about what's that?
Tournaments. Whoops.
No. I'm just saying. The point I was going to bring up is that we're kind of wondering why the numbers, I think, have been a little bit down. You know, this year for a lot of good boats and
Then there's a few factors in that. Like there really hasn't been a good bite in a tournament this year per se. I mean,
I haven't really seen a lot of
Operation
reports
Sailfish
on like
was decent, but it was kind of a concentrated bite.
going back to the sharks, Skip brought up a great point in the car, and he said, you know, could these fish start to be changing their patterns? And they're out in 400, 500, 600 foot of water, you know, rather than getting in here
of years ago, so
because of that. And just like Art said, you know, you get a good bite in one area, and then there's that influx of the predators that show up, and here you are with those fish don't show up there again the next day.
Yeah.
Which typically in years past, and everything we've always kind of done and focused on is it's a patterned fishery. So if they're doing that one day and the condition is the same or hasn't changed, you know, they should still be on that same pattern. If you're fishing a body of bait or you're fishing a specific area and it's just literally light switch on, next day light switch off.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, get you kind of banging your head against the wall trying to figure it out.
I had Dudis on the podcast when he stopped in for the show, and they obviously had a phenomenal day on day one.
Don't poke the bear.
Yeah, and
Because he'll catch them all.
And then one fish on day two. You know, and
it's hard to. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's really, really hard to go back to back like that. It's hard to just light it up one day and then do it again. But like that being said, like that bite in Boynton on day one was really good, but it was only really good for a handful of boats. And I was one of them standing there watching guys catch fish all around me. I could not get bit. It was crazy.
And that's where I was getting at with the pockety thing. You know what I mean? Is there something to be said? I mean, are sailfish packing up and kind of bait balling?
Yeah, but we were in that pocket. We were
because of the sharks. Who knows?
I mean, the bite was so tight. I mean, everybody was a few hundred yards apart. It was like one boat here we get bit, one boat over here. It was really random.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're fishing in amongst it, and you are literally, you're presenting the same bait. You're fishing in the same depths, and it's north south of you. It's hard to put an exact answer on it.
Frustrating sport.
But back to the challenge, though.
It is.
Six fish won the thing.
Six fish
Yes.
won the thing.
I don't think it's ever been that slow in that event. We went from a record the year before to 6 fish winning it, and the top few boats I spoke to had minimal misses. Like, it's not like they had a dozen bites to catch 6 fish. They 6 or 7 bites. We saw 2 fish in 2 days of fishing, and it wasn't fishing was bad. We caught cobias and tunas and kings. Never saw any mahis, but I mean, it was steady bites both days.
Well, we had that pack of
not a lot
those
of
little
sailfish.
itty bitty ones that showed up on us that were in the kite spread.
In the challenge,
Yeah, when we were fishing down there to the south. They were little. I don't even know if they were legal fish.
What,
oh, you talking about mahis? Oh,
Yeah,
I
the
thought you were
mahis.
talking sails.
No, the
I remember
mahis.
seeing a sail on the second day.
The mahis. They were
Yeah.
those you'd be measuring them type of fish.
Yeah.
Well, a 10.5 pound mahi took the class in the Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
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 But it wasn't like the bite was not good in Miami. It was good here. The bite was the same exact from the northern boundary to the southern boundary.
96 miles
Yeah.
of no fish.
I fished Miami pretty much the same area both days and saw 5. We went 3 for 5.
Uh-huh.
And the top boat had 6, and they were 6 for 7, I think.
All of those top few boats were right in that
Yeah.
that kind of range. Normally, somebody's going to do something really right and get bit, and it just didn't happen. The fish just weren't there. But that's it. I don't know if they, it was almost calm enough the first day we could have and probably should have gone running around offshore and hunting. But even then, I'm not seeing the floppers offshore that you would expect to see. So
I think I've seen a total of like 4, maybe 5 floppers all year.
Wow.
I mean, one of them was in this last tournament.
and don't think for a second that the fish aren't around anymore, because then the condition got right on Saturday and
They went crazy.
10 boats.
No, the
and
fish are there.
25, 30 bites. Yeah.
Yeah, the fish are there. I mean,
Just acting so different.
yeah, it's behavioral. So do you think there's anything to be said for things happening late, or anything also said for the fact that warm weather might be a factor? Because I don't think this winter has really been
We haven't had a cold winter in a
as
while.
cold. Yeah, in the past couple of years, that's what I'm saying. Things are
seen-
later, things are maybe not as cool.
I think so.
Maybe, but we've also seen epic bites well into May in the past. We had a June tournament where we had, we're fishing 9 baits in a kite, sail on every bait, and several in the flat side, like a dozen fish tight at a time. I mean, the fish are still around. And then there was an August bite in Islamorada 3 years ago that was epic. They were up tailing, had the wind come up hard off the east, and you'd have thought it was a springtime Key West tailing condition, middle of August. So there's always funky little scenarios that pop up here and there, but we're definitely in a strange one this year.
Trying to think what it was 2 years ago in late September. The bite was epic out front.
Yeah,
That was
more than 2 years ago.
was it more than 2 years ago?
It was Keith's brand new. Keith had just got
Yeah,
in
that's
that
right.
boat, so that was 5 years ago.
You guys were out with the striptease guys or something like that. I remember I was out myself and another guy on a charter. Just me and one guy was slick calm, slow trolling. We were 12 for like 14 in 3 or 4 hours, something like that. It was epic fishing.
Yep, yeah, we had a full crew, and we're 19 out of a
Boatload.
long ago lost count.
Yeah.
And so it's the population is strong. As the sharks don't get after them too much worse, but it's just that you're not seeing the consistency you used to see.
Yeah, I really think we were on to something when last night on that post when we were talking, when you guys brought that, when you mentioned that about the sharks, that was a really good point, because in fact, I think we're going to read all our questions today, but I think that's really kind of the question of the day that Steve brought up.
For sure.
Where we see any floppers, and I'm pretty safe to say that he's going to win the prize pack today for that. But
And I think their behavior is a little different too, because it seems to me like a lot of the bites that we've got this year, like half of them might be a normal sailfish come up, feed, and swim off, and some of them are just piping the bait and hauling so they don't get eaten. I think it's weird.
yeah,
If they watch the kings long enough, a king will air out and be eaten before he lands in the water.
Yep.
He thinks everything's fine. I've got a snack, and oh shit, land right in Jaws' mouth. So I reckon if they see that,
It's
no.
just crazy to me that there's that many
You
sharks
don't bend
out.
the rod. The rod doesn't bend over, and he's already eaten. Done.
And I've had more fish this year eat and come up jumping immediately and spit the hook than I've ever had. Like you can't feed them. Like they pile on the bait so fast that they smell a rat right away and they come up jumping. It's strange.
Yeah. So knock out another one of the questions real quick. Was it Jason Gascon asked about the hooks thing? Dude, we all lose our confidence from time to time. Do what you do. I fish 6s in the kites, 5s on the spinners. But if you've had success at one point, don't change.
Yeah.
We all go through that same shit. Why isn't it working? I don't know. It just doesn't sometimes.
I fish 6s and 7s.
6s and 7s, right?
Yep.
We also discussed maybe on that one outside left occasionally going even smaller than that.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, yeah, when you and we probably with as slow as it was on the challenge and as tough as we were having it at times there and Jimmy Johnson, we should have lightened up and gone small everything, but because you're in such a tight pack. But
Yeah.
just brain wasn't working.
The Jason Gascoigne also asked, when should you include blue runners in your spread?
When you find out the friggin' kingfish guys are smoking you.
Yeah.
I went Thursday, or we fished Thursday, Friday. So Thursday night, there was a center console there. Bobby was on kingfishing for the Jimmy Johnson meat fishing nothing but runners and getting annihilated. I don't know if it was a bigger presentation, the bigger bait or whatever, but the dude was, we'd get bit a single, he'd have 5 of them up in the spread. Nothing but runners in the spread. So I went that night trying to catch them, and it didn't work. We caught them, but it didn't do anything.
See, I think the sailfish are actively feeding on runners out there sometimes. I'm almost convinced they've never seen a goggle eye in their life. Like the goggle eyes are out there at night and they run to the beach in the morning. When are they going to eat a goggle eye?
Yeah.
You know?
They're on the bottom out there in the deep, too, during the day.
True.
I've had the misfortune or good fortune or bad fortune of seeing them in their bellies when they were dead. So they're eating them without our assistance.
And also, just to clarify, Jason did ask, what do you prefer, a 5-0 or circle hook or a 6-0 circle hook on your kite bait? So we didn't really verbalize. We didn't
Kite
verbalize
6
that.
for sure in the kite.
Yeah.
So, all right,
That
cool.
said, I'm beginning to wonder because that spinner doesn't miss very often. And maybe it's the guy that's holding it. But
It's the Indian, not the arrow.
Oh,
good.
See, that's a Fonzie move right there.
Yep.
Biting bubbles.
Yeah,
So,
bite
God bless
your
you, by
bubble
the
and
way.
grab your spinner.
You get a boat full of Fonzanoons and you're going to have some success.
Fonzanoons.
No doubt.
We're going to have
I
to
think
make
it
a
might have-
T-shirt that says that.
Because I think Mike and those guys, they
Draw
all
a
fish
picture?
straight 5-0s on everything.
Mike on the roofers? I know a lot of guys go small like that. Go real small. But even the 6 was small, but whatever. I don't know. They all
And then it goes, do you nose bridle? Do you back bridle? Do you do this? Do you do that?
I've always believed
Just in general.
you kind of adjust your hook to the size bait you're fishing. I mean, you're not going to use a tiny hook fishing a larger bait if you're putting a bigger runner out there or a jumbo goggle eye to try to create that extra activity. I feel like the 6-0 is the hook to use with that, and vice versa. I mean, there are times where you don't have those great big sardines, but if you have some of those littler ones and you feel like you want to fish a sardine, well, that little bait's not going to carry that 5-0 as well as it's going to carry a little bit smaller hook.
Right.
Maybe some lighter leader material. So
Hey, we used to fish 4-0s on the flat.
So you
day.
downsize for presentation issues, and that's, you do it when not just sail fishing, but all aspects of fishing. If you're fishing a smaller bait, if you're fishing snook fishing, you're fishing a smaller bait, you use a smaller hook.
Right.
Just because of presentation.
I think it comes back to fishing's been slow this year. Everybody's thinking, oh man, what do we do? If everybody was catching 12 fish a day, that question wouldn't come up.
Well, we talk about that all the time,
Yeah.
right? When the mind game,
Yeah.
right? Where it's you could really start playing tricks.
Don't
on it.
Jedi mind trick yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
sure.
Sometimes you outsmart your common sense.
Yep.
Yep. So more and more, you got all this freaking lucky Irish horse shit around here all over the place.
I'm trying to bring good juju to you guys today. Here.
I never really believed in luck in any way. But
Preparation meets opportunity, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But then we had some of the weirdest shit go down in that the Cove tournament. Never seen any. You're not even gonna believe some of this. So
Tell me some stories. Art.
more mud
We got
slow
all day.
fishing, like horrifically slow fishing, going into that tournament. thinking, whatever, we're 3 for 3. We win this event, much like the year before. No problem. Run up to Palm Beach, hook a fish almost immediately, left middle, letting them jump around out there like you would normally do. Now, a few days before, we hook a 500-plus pound bluefin tuna, 2 of them for that matter. One goes north, one goes south. North goes away. 6.5 hours later, we're still fighting a 500-plus pound bluefin tuna on 30-pound fluorocarbon. And he dies, and we can't lift him, and the line breaks, whatever. Well, hook a sailfish, we're fighting him for 4.5 minutes, maybe, letting him jump around. He's staying right in the spread, doing great. Chafe him off. Okay, bad luck, whatever. It happens every now and then. Make a little move. Spread goes out. Hook a double, left long, left middle. Left middle, somehow they go to loop. The left middle gets burned off by the left long. We're fighting the left long for a little bit, get him. And it's a tip tournament, so all you got to do is crank the float to the tip that's wedged to the snap. You're good. Everything's great. Somehow the lead slides past the bimini, floating inlet or hung up at the bimini. The kid's up there by himself, crank to the tip, what to do. Fish jumps, and the snap had opened somehow, some way, and leader goes away. We don't get that release. So we're 0 for 3, blink of an eye. And
It's a good thing that wasn't a money tournament.
Well, it was, though. I mean, it's and I don't give if it's $5 or $5 million. I want to win.
No, yeah. All right.
And the day progresses. We're 0 for 3.
Art's getting a little heated up over
Getting
there.
fired up.
So frustrated. 4 fish. So apparently, maybe there is some luck. 4 fish wins the event. But we ended up having 8 bites that day and caught 3 fish. 9 bites. Well, you're right. 9 bites that day. Caught 3 fish. 4 fish won the event.
Wow.
And really, it
I had 2
wasn't.
bites.
It wasn't angler error on these things. I mean, these guys, every one of these fish were hooked, but something weird. We had another one to snap, opened up. That one actually, we caught that one. And the kid that had the earlier one, this thing came off, he says, snaps open again. Never had that happen before, ever. But
I think if you bring the Lucky Charm onto the boat, I think it's going to change everything for
thanks
you.
you buy for that. Yeah, we'll do it.
I'm putting my Irish
juju,
juju
I like
on
it.
there. So
Give it to the Fonzie.
that's it.
I want to see you in
Hell,
the
he's-
tournament up there in the front.
And you can take that one too.
He's half Guinea, half Mick. He's good.
Me too.
There you go. Look at that. I love it.
I've got
It's
a
my
little
favorite
Irish
kind.
blood.
My mom's Italian. My
Good.
dad's Irish.
It's usually vice versa. It's usually the
My dad's Italian.
So you guys both got a soup can.
My mom's
Congratulations.
We're both biting bubbles.
I'm a full mutt. I got everything from everything in there.
So these guys had 9 bites. I didn't have a single sailfish in the spread until like the last 2 minutes of the tournament. We
In the
hooked a
cove?
dub- in the cove. We hooked a double. We ran back. The bite started going crazy down off Boca. My boat came in second. That makes me feel good. Liz and Nick barred my boat. They came in second with 4. So we ran down there, set up. The boat next to us hooks 5. Boat offshore of us hooks a quad. Somebody south end hooks a triple, and we're just sitting there not getting a bite. And it's like literally like a minute or 2 before line's out, and a fish piles on the left long, fish piles on the left middle. They both come up, junk and pull the hook. I'm like, all right, let's go home now. It's done.
It's over. I'll do another day.
Oh my God, they did well. Nick,
did
Nick
great.
and Liz.
Well, they had 10 minutes of chaos, and the rest of the day was nothing.
that's it. Oh, that's what you
Well,
guys always say. All you need
because-
is for the 1 good hour and a half, right?
Yeah, because somebody had caught a triple or something right next to him. So we're steaming from I don't know,
Boynton at that
Boynton,
point, yeah.
somewhere up that way.
You were in Boynton.
We're steaming south, and Liz texted me. She's like, "Oh, typical cove. This sucks." And then literally like 15 minutes later, she's like, "We just caught a quad." I'm like, "Well, that's awesome,"
That's cool. So Timmy won that
Yeah.
one, didn't he?
Tim won with
Yeah.
4, right?
4
fish,
fish.
4 for 4.
4 for 4.
4 for 4. Nice.
And it's just it was weird.
I think it's his 3rd time winning that event.
I got a feeling. I don't know. I'm just going on a hunch here, right? But there's something to that whole sailfish shark thing. But I got a feeling that final sale is going to be hot because I'm looking at late seasons here over the past couple of years. That's kind of what I'm seeing. I'm kind of just seeing a trend in like
Best 2 months.
later weather patterns, and I'm thinking that.
Last few years, April, May has been the best.
That's what I mean.
In
I think
January-
final sale. I think it's going to go right into May too.
January in Palm Beach and April, May. Yeah, but the problem is we're the first week of April, and that's a crazy thing. There was a day in Port St. Lucie there just before the Jimmy Johnson where the deal. It was the dredges would have 20 fish on each of them, and it was nuts. The very next day, they had 5 bites. The inconsistency. Normally, when that starts, it's a week of that. They're just in there feeding like mad, and it doesn't matter what wind direction, doesn't matter what's going on. They're just going.
Right. That's what you hear. The sails are biting, and everyone wants to get out there. And
it just filters. It works its way all the way down the coast. Well, it was there for a day, and then poof, gone.
No consistency. Like our best day this year so far, we did a quick morning right in front of Hillsborough at the outfall. We caught 8 or 9 sailfish and a bunch of big dolphin before 11 and went in.
When was that?
That was in November.
Ballyhoo fish.
It was the first day that we had any kind of like north wind. Nobody, because it was supposed to blow and didn't blow that hard. It was blowing like north 15. And those fish were up in the ballyhoos, and it was just
The last few years, November outside of our inlet has been strong.
been red hot.
It's been steady. This year was probably the slowest of it in the past few. I mean,
the dolphin fishing was good.
But it almost seemed like, normally they concentrate right out front there on the outfall. It seemed like there were so many ballyhoo around. They were scattered from the pier all the way to Boca del Rey,
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like.
It was a very consistent bite on that high spot off the Del Rey water tower. Mahis and sails both, all through the early fall there. Charter fishing was fun up there, real fun.
I mean, we caught a couple sails in 17 to 20 foot of water during our charter stuff.
12 foot of water. Well, with Chris a couple times.
But
you guys had a charter. What was it, last week? Like you're like 20 feet, 20, 12.
That was
something like that. A couple of jacks. You like ran into some big huge crevalles, right?
Yeah.
They've
been steady. They've been steady. Yeah, I went live with that.
There's a huge school of jacks there outside the jetty.
Yeah, giants. This was up to the north a little bit too, and there were sharks and all kinds of stuff mixed in there with them. It was cool. And then went offshore and jumped off a bill fishing, almost 700 foot of water, and still not sure of what species. It was a skinny little feller, but
it was a white marlin.
I think it was probably more likely a spearfish. It was really long and really skinny. Yeah,
really.
But I only got to see it jumping and then came off. Didn't see it long enough to proclaim definite.
Should have had a 5.0.
You had the wrong hook on.
I definitely had the wrong hook.
All right, so listen, tell me, guys, like, really, okay?
Can't tell you that.
No. With the tournament season, like, and we're kind of staring a little bit at meat season.
It's almost over.
It's almost over, right? And I know it's been a little bit flat here, and it even seems like just the teams.
Wrong choice of words. It's been the roughest
I meant results.
The fishing.
Results.
I would have said shitty.
And there hasn't really shitty. We can say shitty, no problem, because it's true. It's been pretty shitty, pretty shitty sailfish.
It's been horrible.
And even the teams that have won, no one's really. I don't think not one team has put up like a consistent.
Well,
Bar South.
They caught
Bar South. Actually, you're
21.
right. Bar South has been having a really good season
For sure. They sucked it. Not as bad
I mean,
as
compared to
did.
the field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's put it that way. They've probably been the most consistent team, I would think.
as long as they get tackle box good and drunk.
They got a guy on the boat named Tackle Box.
The what?
They got a neat guy on the boat. His name is Tackle. They got a great crew. They're good people.
It's a good group.
Yeah, but one of them's called Tackle Box.
I wonder why they call him Tackle Box.
I asked the same thing. That's my name. I don't know.
Someone dubbed him tackle box and it stuck. And
I think being that I'm the shape of a tackle box, I can say that he is also the shape of a tackle box.
Right.
That's why he's Fonzie. He just stuck.
Yeah. So we do have one question from Skip Dana. Says what size is Fonzie's leather jacket? So
nobody knows for sure.
Nobody knows for sure.
Oh man.
Drinking any more beer? No, you're
Yeah,
done with
even
the
took
Guinness?
a bunch of that one down.
Yeah,
Did you finish the Guinness?
I'm working on the Happy Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got my own beer. Happy Bear.
Happy Bear.
The Happy Bear.
Hell, you're half a bear now. You're getting all skinny on us, dude.
He's still happy though.
Yes,
I'm
he
always
is.
happy.
You and me
Are
both.
you on a diet?
Look at him.
I'm on a
Withering
diet
away.
for Lent. I cut out bread and pasta.
All the good stuff.
Oh, that's horrible.
I know.
Why would you do that?
Because I need to lose weight.
Fuck that.
Well, I'm just saying.
I say that. I've been walking on a treadmill here, and nothing hurts anymore.
Oh,
other
there
than my
you go.
ankles.
Nothing hurts anymore?
Just my ankles. Both ankles. Pissed off. One or the other every day.
I think
Really?
I think he might have taken my lead on that. I told him.
Yeah.
So you have been exercising. You've been taking care
Just
of
started.
yourself.
No, just started. I wouldn't say I've been taking care of
All
myself.
right. Well, I mean, obviously we're drinking beer here on the podcast, so it can't be like too hardcore of a diet here. But I did cut out bread and pasta for the next 40 days. Whatever it is.
This
and
thing
I
right here
kinda
is like
use
a
it as
loaf
an
of bread.
excuse. Yeah, right. I'm kind of using that as an excuse, you know.
You're gonna be baking up some bread here shortly with all the yeast in that thing.
That's right.
Biting bubbles.
Biting bubbles.
But going to meat season. So Paul's tournament's coming up here.
Are we doing a rodeo?
Rodeo is the actual rodeo as we know it's going to be mothballed again.
Okay.
So the people that run it, including myself, nobody has time to do it. So we're gonna do something like we did last year, like basically like a backyard cash in cash out tournament.
Is there an open weekend for it?
Yeah, we're doing it on the 9th.
Let's talk after the show.
Let's do a Billfish
talk
tournament,
after
dude.
the
Let's
show.
do a.
Yeah, no. I mean, we could talk about it now, but I'm saying we'll talk more about it because, I mean, we'll help out with that.
If it's going to be 15 boats, let's see if we can get 15 center consoles to go dredge fishing. I think I could talk to some people to get dredge booms and whatnot.
For the Not the Rodeo?
Yeah, let's go catch. Let's go see if we can't catch some blue marlin out here.
I'm thinking more of live bait chumming billfish tournament in May.
I just want to go kill stuff.
Kill a blue marlin if he's big enough. They taste good.
I mean, kill everything else that bites in May. You're going to get other bites. There's going to be plenty of bycatch. You kill your couple of tunas. You kill your mahis.
Think Bryce would be on board with that?
He's going to kill everything.
Bryce just wants to kill everything.
Yeah, but listen, we'll get him on board. We'll shame him into doing it if we can't.
That wouldn't take much.
I know.
I want to see some South Florida blue marlin caught, and there's plenty of them out here. Just nobody
They're
really
out there.
does it. Oh yeah. See what else is out there.
Well, you make a mark. Give someone incentive to go catch a marlin. Up the ante on the points.
Connected by Water would be all in on that.
Force Bryce to put more circle hooks in the water.
The
We'll see.
All right,
We'll see.
we'll see.
I'm doing it. I don't care if anybody else is.
We're
or
on the
not.
we'll see mode. All right, good. So we wanted to talk about Paul's tournament, the Muscle Classic.
I love
Muscle
it. We
Classic.
skipped right over
What did we
What's
skip
that?
over?
What we skip over?
the one that we're redoing that didn't happen.
Oh, the Jimmy
that-
Johnson.
The tournament. Oh, the tournament we don't talk about.
No, we didn't talk. Well, we talked about it
Briefly.
We talked a little bit about Sandman and going hot one day and cold the other, and it kind of segued us into
There was so much to that event that was right and wrong, and there were some patterns. And
Well, I do want to bring it up. I do want to bring one thing
was
up
an
about that
yeah.
tournament. I mean, it doesn't have anything to do with sailfish. It has a lot
Champions
to do with
dinner.
me.
ooh, was that good?
Champions dinner was phenomenal.
Oh my god!
And they all sang happy birthday to me.
I didn't eat for 40 hours. That was you? I was
was
singing to
me.
you?
Yeah.
I didn't know who I was singing to. I was
That
just
was
singing.
me. I was on the way. We were on the way opposite because they put us on
Yeah.
the
What
table.
they have the champions dinner? I didn't go.
Oh my
Hey,
god,
shit.
dude.
Should I have
Giant
gone?
Maine
All right.
lobsters, dead cow, dead chickens.
It just table full of
It was
apps.
family
to-
style. I mean,
Yeah.
you're talking like beautiful oysters and
Ceviche.
just everything. The ceviche, yeah. and-
Oysters
and-
Rockefeller, not just
Right,
oysters
Rockefeller.
Then they just started rolling them.
It was like 9 courses.
Yep.
Listen, say what you will about anybody else that puts on events in this industry. Todd and Val know
Any
how to do it
industry.
right. They really do.
That was amazing.
I mean, the hospitality is their thing. I mean, they really do know how to put on a party and put on an event.
I literally did not eat
We fished the next day,
all day.
and yeah, we McDonald didn't eat the next day, which is saying something.
5-pound lobsters,
Scattered all over the table.
Yeah,
and they were delicious.
yeah.
Phenomenal.
I mean, we had a smaller group, and we had one lobster per 2 people, one big ribeye per 2
Not
people.
counting, dude, that lobster and bib salad thing, whatever that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a home
ridiculous.
run.
Might have been my favorite
Well,
thing.
it was a 5-course, full course, however the term
9!
meal, whatever. But it was like that's what I'm saying. It was the full boat,
Count
and it was
'em.
all family style, and they just kept bringing it out. But the quality of the food was all 5-star food.
The only thing I can't speak for is dessert because we were so stuffed. We ran.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Take
we
my
can't
tip
do
money.
it.
I'm out of here.
Well, that's when they brought out the whole culinary birthday candle thing. for me.
we had left.
Yeah, it's,
sorry.
Yeah. It's,
I was literally rolling down that.
thanks, Art.
I was busy. I was
Hey, I
busy having
sang.
street
I had
tacos
to call a
upstairs.
bellhop to get him to his truck.
It's
But
unbelievable.
I do want to bring up one thing that has nothing to do with sailfish in the tournament. It has to do with the meat fish, because the home team here for Takizi
Yes.
took the Big Fish Bonanza.
Yes.
So, and if I didn't mention
not
that,
Big
here,
Fish Bonanza, they took the
Big Fish Bonanza, and they got second place Kingfish.
They got overall. Well, Big Fish Bonanza was the one big fish.
No, the Big Fish Bonanza was the
Aggregate.
aggregate for
Gotcha,
the meat.
Gotcha. That doesn't make sense to me.
And then-
Yeah,
verbally.
they didn't have a big fish.
Now, below me got the big fish on the 58-pound king, but
Those were the guys that were lighting up sales with Blue Runners the day before.
yeah, the Amanda got the king.
No. Oh, okay, yeah. Emily was
And Emily got the sale. She came in
Tied on
tied on time for the
Ended up
lady
in third.
angler.
I was
So which was-
rooting for him. I started hearing her name. I was
Oh
rooting
my
for
god!
her. It's
So
cool.
we're in here. I'm painting the guitar, right, and we're watching Catch Stat. Basically, it was like a play-by-play.
Yep.
And I saw her get the second sale. I'm like, all right, cool. She's one behind Sandra. And then when the third sale came in, and I think it was like right around 2:00 or something, 2:30, something like that. I just saw her name pop up because I'm just painting. I'm like, every now and just like watching Catch Stat like popping up, and I'm like, ooh, and I just like yelled. I'm like, yeah, Emily got a third sale, right? And then the girls in here just all screaming, yeah, go Emily's. We started texting her, and yeah, but then it's just she never got that.
So
fourth
I'm gonna
one, so
She
but
told
she
the
was
story
excited.
about it.
Yeah, I want to take
Tell the story.
some blame and some credit for it. So they've been fishing with us a bit, and the kite fishing thing is relatively new to them. And I always tell them, look, when shit's hitting the fan, right, wrong, or indifferent, do something. Don't just stand there. I don't care if you feel the intensity on the boat. Shit's going down. Something has to happen. Kites falling out of the sky. Whatever. Do something. Well, one of the dudes comes to me and says, "Bro, we were losing a kite. Shit was going bad, and this time it was Amanda had the kite." Like the guys over trying to jig on the thing and just trying to shot. It's falling in the water. And Amanda, bam, she's got the thing coming down and they're moving on a fish and everything. But she performed phenomenally well. And then a similar scenario, kite was crashing and Emily left the right kite to run over and try to assist to make sure it didn't get any worse than it was already getting. And one of the rod warps over and a dude walks over and hooks a sail. And that one would have been
Tommy's sale.
Would have been her fourth
That would
sale.
have been her
Yep.
fourth.
Yeah.
But so I get blame on that one. But she did the right thing. She avoided what could have been because if that crap kite lands in the water and all that crap lands in the water, that fish goes over and you lose it to all that mess. Right. So they caught that fish because she made the right move.
Yep.
But
you lose the fish, you lose a half hour, and
Yeah.
But you lost the angler because she made the right move.
I tell you what, though, they had last fish at the end of the day one,
Oh,
and they lost it.
oh,
It spit.
that's $5,000.
Yeah, it spit, but unfortunately they didn't. And it was Emily on the end of the line too.
Oh,
Yeah, so that would have been the fish. But and she was all bummed out about it Saturday night, and I was sitting there talking to her, and I'm like, "Listen, I'm gonna make you feel a little bit better." She goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "That would have been a hell of a lot worse if that were the last fish of the day and day two." So could have been worse. She's like, "All right, yeah, that makes me kind of
could have, should have, would have.
yeah."
That's not the worst you're going to feel tournament fishing. So
Yeah, so
right.
Team Takezi,
They did great.
the Takezi charter team did really well. I'm very proud of them.
They
They're
were
all
the CV.
bunch of
Great
young,
boat.
bunch of 34 CV. That's Harris Katz's boat, and then it's a very young, aspiring team. They're all. I don't think anyone on that boat is over the age of 25.
And I love that Harris is supporting the industry the way that he is, as is Joey with all his support in the industry that
Yeah,
and helping the youth get involved because it's an expensive game. It's hard to get to do this stuff without guys like Harris and Joey. This industry doesn't survive.
right.
And a lot of quiet people supporting the industry the way they do. It's a wonderful thing. But there's great people
So
involved.
I was proud. I couldn't have been more proud of the way the team performed this week.
I mean, yeah, but look where we are here too right now.
Yeah.
There's 4 guys in this room, and because of Joey's support of the industry, we all have a Dodge.
Yep.
And there's 2 of us that pay full pricing on it.
You got a Dodge too?
Oh yeah.
I went.
We're all sponsored by Joey Accardi Dodge.
Fonzalone.
We pay full nickel.
Fonzalone. What's the word again?
Fonzanoon.
Fonzanoon.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll spell it for you if you need me to.
I'm gonna have to make a sticker for the back of that Dodge Ram.
Fonzanoon on board.
So we all have Ram trucks.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
How about that?
Got to get one over there for this guy.
End of the year.
Oh, end of the
boy.
year.
Oh.
See?
Proud of you.
Nice.
It's
And
good
then
to hear his real voice. He's not sick right now. Doesn't
Mention
sound
my name, we get a good seat.
we're wrapping. We're gonna wrap the truck this month.
Nice.
So I've been waiting for after the Jimmy Johnson because we do so much for the Jimmy Johnson, like leading up to it. Like I practically have to shut the studio down for like at least the 2 weeks beforehand, and just make sure we get everything done for everything that we do for the tournament.
Look at that. I got it down.
Look at you. You want another one? No. You're good.
No.
All right. But yeah.
How about
so
a Captain Ron? Everyone likes Captain Ron.
I do like Captain Ron. 26
They're warm,
degrees.
Yeah, they're warm. We got the 26 degrees on here too. Yeah. So we're actually We're actually interviewing beer sponsors at the moment, so.
How
I
about
interview
Bud
beer
Light?
sponsors
Bud
every
Light?
day.
Can we talk to Bud Light?
I got some buddies over Gulfstream that are very involved in the fishing industry or the fishing community there.
That's one of the.
They're good people.
Yeah,
Really good
well,
people.
we're involved with the CCA now.
Okay.
I've been involved with the CCA for years, but specifically right now with the Broward chapter, we're really
All that
involved.
mess,
Yeah, we're really involved with pretty much like now their main featured artist, not only just for this year, but like I think moving forward. So I'm doing a snook painting. Did you see the oyster catcher in the other room? I should probably bring that in. But there's this oyster catcher that they're doing an oyster program for the Intercoastal right now, and they're going to be doing it. So they're doing it through Las Olas and the whole river
Could you
front area.
imagine
Something's gonna yell at poop.
So all the scat and everything, and so they're going to hang them from docks, and they got about 100 houses that have agreed to do this, and they're going to hang them all from their docks, and they got these oyster catchers. And
Dude, they clean water like no tomorrow, but I can't imagine the mess that's flowing through those poor oysters.
Yeah. So we're going to
Don't eat a Fort Lauderdale oyster.
It would not be Rockefeller.
Dude, I've never an example, and the only thing I can come up with is because of the sewer spills. We can't keep herring alive. Our typical herring losses are 10 and at worst 20% losses.
I think
We're
10's
80
even kind of high.
10 is kind of high, but whatever. Throughout the year, we're at 80% right now. We'll go catch 1,000 fish to maybe have 200 for the tournament.
Getting our butts kicked.
Killing it. It's ridiculous. Now, sardines and goggle eyes, they seem to be tougher, hardier. They were at 10% or less on them. But the herring, and dude, you work so hard and you catch such phenomenal bait and you're so excited. And then 3 days later, it's not from the catching and the transporting. It's 3 days. And all of a sudden,
It starts.
Yeah.
they start checking out. And the only thing that's different this year is all that sewage spill.
It's crazy what's happening in Fort Lauderdale
Disgusting.
right now. I mean, I had, Chip LaMarca.
Mhm.
I had Chip on, right? And he brought up a really good point. And this is the way he kind of plays it out. Is when you buy a house or when you're in a house, you've been in the house for years, maybe, let's say 20 years, and you want to do some renovations. And you're talking to your wife, and you're going to fix the windows, and you're going to maybe put a new roof on it, or you're going to do the kitchens
Stuff you
and the
can see.
bathrooms, right? And he's like, you're not going to replace the pipes until they break. That's it.
Well,
And-
Miami did.
and he goes, the towns that Pompano did too, right? Not in everywhere, but when we had our situation a couple of years ago with that one that broke,
Well, somebody drilled a hole through it.
They went proactive on the whole thing, and replaced things all along C-14 even, and but Fort Lauderdale seemingly did not.
Seemingly, definitely
anything.
did not.
Yeah, this didn't do anything, and now they're paying the price.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
and
we're paying
We're paying the price.
if you look at basically Florida, we're the last frontier of the United States, and I always say that, and it's really true because the West was settled before Florida was,
For sure.
because there was swampland and there was bugs and gators and restless natives and the whole 9 yards, and it wasn't until Flagler put a train track down here that anyone even wanted to come down here at all, right? You think about the mosquitoes and disease and the whole
Malaria.
thing, right? All that. So everything we have here was built relatively not that long ago, 50s, 40s even, right?
Yep.
60s, 70s mainly. And it was built cheaply.
Yep.
It wasn't really built like
To support the kind of humanity that we've got
Right.
going now.
and now we're like max capacity. We're like way too
And building.
There is the same amount of people, only less 4 million. We got 20 million people in this state. Guess how many people live in the entire country of Australia? 24 million. So there's only 4 million less people in this entire state of Florida as there is in the entire country of Australia. And Australia is the same size as the United States.
All those pretty bastards, how do they keep the population down?
Well, they
don't
only
shag?
live along the coast.
They
Most
only
of
live along the coast. Yeah,
Australia
that's
is
what I'm saying. They only-
inhabitable.
The whole thing is just a ring of fire.
Yeah,
That's it.
you're not living in the middle of Australia.
Oh, no doubt.
You'll get eaten by a crocodile or some sort of
How do
weird
they
critter.
perform population
You
control?
might be
though?
eaten by an Aborigine. You never know.
No, they killed all them off, dude. There's hardly. I speak to a lot of people that you can't find a true Aborigine in Australia anymore. Terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. But, I mean, my point in bringing that up is we're
Oh, yeah.
solidly packed in here. And there's not a lot of places to go. Especially we got the Everglades. You factor in the fact that we can't live in the middle of the state. Also, that's just basically our coastlines are packed. It's really a problem.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know, how we even got on this topic, but
The mess that my freaking herring dying is how we got
the
on
mess
this.
of the freaking herring diet. So the thing is, it's like, I think places like Tampa and St. Augustine, like some of the larger cities around the state, kind of need to look at Fort Lauderdale and take note.
Yeah. Oh, Tampa's a disaster, too. The
And-
way their roads,
yeah,
they're
but-
old, too.
They're old too, and be like, look, this is going to happen to you too.
Yeah, but if you had the option of coming down here and dealing with a plumbing problem or staying in Ohio and dealing with a blizzard, which one are you going to deal with?
No, I'm not talking about the population. I'm talking about what we need to do to preemptively, like.
Oh,
But we're past
things.
preemptive now.
yeah, now it's
Got to
No, I'm talking about the other cities. Fort Lauderdale's
I got you.
done.
Done, yeah.
That situation happened. It is what it is. It continues to happen, right? And hopefully they're going to take the appropriate measures here soon to like ramp it up, speed it up. But I know they have money set aside they spent for other things. But
Got him. I got him.
what happened?
You like his hat?
I told him to make him laugh.
the what?
Told him I like his hat.
I like his hat too.
thank you.
Yeah, I like your hair.
Yeah,
I want to see you in that getup up in the front of the boat.
Can't wear his real hat, though. You got to be able to wear a
You need to
brim.
catch a sailfish wearing this.
I need to wear real hats.
Need a brim.
Yeah, if you get a brim sewn on this silly thing,
If I go ahead, continue.
I pumped
set
the
yourself
brakes.
up now.
I pumped the brakes.
What
I
are you
real
gonna say? No. What are you
listen.
saying?
His sons of bitches.
Because
gonna
you
do
know
it.
I'll do it.
I put the tee in the ground, but I didn't place the ball
Yeah,
on
you
it.
better knock that thing home. All right. So I'm gonna put a brim on that hat, and you're gonna catch the sailfish with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Maybe.
No, I need a confirmation for this. What do you think?
If it bites, I'll catch it
With that hat on,
with that hat on.
as long as it has a brim.
Doesn't matter if it bites, I'll catch it. I'll wear this hat.
I'll take it for day 2.
All right.
Skip will wear it day 2. Nobody knows what'll happen to it at the end of day 1 before he gets it.
Okay. I'm telling you,
I'll
this
let Deputy
this
Steele
thing
get
right
his
here.
hands on it for a minute.
How were your donuts in the last tournament?
Oh, bun. I can't hear the word donuts without thinking about bun.
What happened? Tell me the story.
Oh, boy.
College.
Oh no.
College story.
All right. John, just so you know, this is the chapter that begins the college story. Go ahead.
Oh, no, we're going to go there. Okay.
No, we're going there.
All right. Jamie will be so proud. So
Oh, my.
apparently, Bun's in one sorority, and obviously there's lots of other sororities at the University of Florida.
Your fraternity?
Same thing.
Yeah, maybe Bum wasn't a sorority.
And then, okay, so the ladies, a sorority comes along right before finals. This big box of donuts, whatever. We all studying up for finals. We figured we'd be sweet and bring you all these donuts, whatever. And everybody grabs up the donuts, and the last one, there's a stack of pictures of some other sorority with all those donuts on their wieners.
Fraternity.
And they're and the vomiting commenced, and I certainly hope a fight ensued at some point after that. But I was laughing so hard after hearing that. I don't know the rest of the story.
I'm still on sororities with wieners.
Well, yeah, they did,
Right.
and they had the donuts placed properly upon them. Could you imagine how mad would you be?
Oh, there would be some arson and
Oh yeah,
involved, and probably
I think Jim Steele would eat the
homicide.
donut and then go burn their house down.
for sure. He'd finish his donut.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get you back. Yeah, no, you don't play a practical joke on Jim Steele.
It's pretty bad.
Oh, it's horrible.
He's the worst.
Things will die and people will end up in jail and pain will ensue. Yeah, you don't practical joke Jim Steele.
Fish racks in your bed.
Oh yeah. Oh, the poor roofers. You want to hear that one? That was a really good one.
Yeah, I do. I want to hear all of them.
Okay. Yeah,
this is tournament related though.
Yeah, this is
It
Key
is
West
tournament.
tournament.
It's tournament related.
all right, cool.
So I was at the time running the
That was liquid, right?
Robbie Buckley's boat, but
Kim-
yeah, no, I was
Timbuktu.
running Timbuktu at the time. We were down in Key West for the Worlds there, and we couldn't fit in where
Oh,
they
that's
were.
right.
But there's that Pelican, whatever, there in that little basin.
Landing.
Pelican Landing, and it's a neat little hotel. It's a great spot. Everything's wonderful. Well, Jamie with his Encore crew and the roofers were staying there.
It's right next to Holiday Isle.
No, this is
that's
Key
Key
West.
West.
The Key West
Key
one.
West, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, I know where you're talking
It's
about.
in the same
Yeah.
basin as Charter Boat Row.
Yeah. I
So-
thought you were
there.
talking about the Island Road, like
This is
the other
going-
one that I'm talking about.
Yeah,
next to
this
that-
is going
that
way
Pelican
back.
thing.
Yeah, this is way back. This is back quite a few
Yeah.
years. So late A night, Yeah, the party ensues. It's great. It's phenomenal. And the roofers get back early and
My
decide.
head still hurts.
Oh yeah, they're gonna booby trap Bun in Steele's place. So they string bait rigs all over the place. And there's a great video of Collier getting a quill rig hung in his lip, and there's all kinds of great shit. So they moderately booby trap that doesn't get anybody. Like everybody, the lights come on and they see it all. Okay, whatever. Steele, all right, I got these. So the fishing's phenomenal. You got blackfin tunas and dolphin racks and all kinds of stuff. And at that place, they don't let you throw it in the water. You got to put it in the freezer. So everybody passes out. All the people that were there passed out. There was a few of them. Robbie, Claudius, and a few of them were already in bed, passed out.
Robbie and his old lady.
Yep.
But this one was on the couch.
Yep.
This is what Robbie and his old lady were wearing too.
Yes. Oh yes.
When it went on.
Birthday suits.
Oh yeah.
Collier was sleeping.
No, Collier and them weren't there yet because they were still out. They had gone back out partying afterwards.
But the best story was they were smart. They locked all the doors, so we had to climb up the balcony to get in. And
and he does the full saran wrap, but he's smart about it. He goes and shuts off all the breakers except for the heater, which he cranks to 1,000. Everybody's there, hammered, passed out, drunk.
they're all sitting.
Oh yeah, he throws fish carcasses in the beds with everybody that's passed out drunk, so they don't even know what's happening.
Oh my God.
He stuffs a few in the couches, stuffs them like in these things up in the roof.
It's maniacal.
Oh, it's horrible. He's got the heater cranked to 1,000.
Filled the boot with piss.
Filled it.
He's sitting there pissing in Zislin's boot, and Zislin wakes up. He's like, "Sorry, buddy."
Zislin's like 3 feet tall.
He's
got a size 14 boot.
He thought it was Cornerance's because the
it's so
size.
big.
He's got
Mikey stay looked at him and was just like, "Fuck." What?
So of course they come in hammered, drunk. They fuck, the lights won't work. Whatever. Immediately go in, drunk, peeing, splashing over. Well, he can't stop now. He's splashing all over himself. Can't turn the light on to see what's happening.
It's 100 degrees.
100 degrees. There's fish in every bed.
couple wakes
Next
up.
Valentine's Day, I'm buying Jim Steele flowers because I love him.
Dude, you have
That's awesome.
Dude,
Pick it up. Pick it up. Put it on speaker. You gotta be kidding me. Jim Steele call you right
calls
now?
as we're telling the story.
Jim, to the mic. Jim, can you hear me?
I can, yes, sir.
You're on the podcast, brother.
I'm on what?
You're on the podcast right now. Art put you on speaker. We're podcasting.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad I know we're on the air. What's going on?
What up? Hey, we were
Bluetooth.
dude, we were just, oh my God, I can't believe you just called.
It's epic.
Listen, we're just telling the story about the World Championship down in Key West. So some of the fun things that you guys did down there.
With the roofers.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to be more specific, Dennis. We've done a lot of fun things down there.
We're speaking of the
Booby trap in the room.
yes, the roofer's room.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. I think there's even video of that somewhere. Listen, don't mess with us. That's all I can say.
All right, from your perspective, tell me the whole story, please.
We
Well,
just
the
went.
roofers, the four roofers, you know, it was amateur hour over there, and they tried to come over and set some bees and, you know, just trap us all in general. It just didn't work for guys. They ended up hooking themselves in the lift, you know, and then Mr. Bunn and I decided to retaliate with several dead fish carcasses and saran wrap the toilet.
I told you I nailed it.
I filled somebody's boot up with a foreign liquid.
That was Mikey Zislin.
Yeah, and I really felt bad. I can't believe it. I can't believe a kid who's 4'11" has got like a size 12 shoe. Because
Sounds like a hobbit.
yeah, this poor Zislin's the only guy I didn't want to do that to. And it was him. But
I hear the
yeah,
the
it was a good time.
Fonzaloon they're like that.
Fonzanoon.
It's all-
Fonzaloon. What did I say? Really?
It's all a good fun. And then of course, after we do that, here comes the McDonald's with half of the roofers and pizza, and we're all eating food in our condo. Bun and I are sitting here looking at each other, going, "Dude, you got to get these guys out of here. World War III's about to erupt."
Didn't McDonald have the hives right then?
He always has the hives.
Didn't McDonald have his shirt off with hives?
Oh, he has constant hive. Constant. He's like, his statement is what? Not everybody's not red and blocky like that. Come on.
My God, what was the fallout from this?
Oh, they
just
went quiet.
just took it?
They
They
went
just took
quiet.
it?
They said, "Whoa, shit! If he's willing to do that just because of some quills, we can't respond."
Jim, you won.
They went straight truce. They said the war's over.
Definitely white flags were
10 years
waving.
later, they're afraid to do
won't
anything other than hi and hug.
Yes.
That's
But
all.
it's all in good fun. We love our roofers.
Yes, we do.
Jim, you were victorious. Very proud of you.
Oh, there's only one way to go, Dennis. You know that from a couple of years back. Go big or go home, my friend.
I love it.
I don't even know where home is anymore. So go big.
He's too quick.
All good. Awesome. Well, you guys have fun. Or call me later. We got to talk about Bahamas trip.
You got it.
All right.
See you, brother.
Dennis, have a good one, man.
All right, Jim,
Deputy
see ya.
Steele.
Later.
Dude,
Perfect timing.
I cannot believe he just called you right there.
It was meant to be. I'm crying. Somebody's so funny.
That was unplanned for the audience, just so you know, completely. We did not say Jim Steele call us when we're telling the story about you. So
I don't even know what time it is.
Yeah, I mean,
Gold.
if I knew he was going to be calling, there would be a question on there to ask Jim his thoughts on Skip. It would have been. We would have really got him going.
you should have asked him.
Oh,
That
no,
beep 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 beep.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's all right. We have this designated that we hit the Not for Kids button
okay.
every time we upload the episode. So you're free to say whatever you want.
every time you upload Jim,
Pretty much.
earmuffs, the earmuffs button.
Beep 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 beep.
Dear Lord,
Yes. So
where did we go?
We have one left of the Billfish tournaments. I keep fighting myself. I keep wanting to say one more, the ones that really matter, but they all matter.
They all matter.
The meat fish
Even the
tournaments, I
one that
stepped
doesn't
away.
pay you money matters,
Oh,
apparently.
yes. Well, absolutely. The Billfish stuff, and I'm trying. Last year, I loved the meat fish stuff. We kind of got a little more serious about it again, and it was fun. But these freaking stick-faced fish, they've got me.
I
Hook,
want
line,
to.
and sinker, gut hooked.
I want to promote the Muscle Classic a little
Oh,
bit.
without a doubt.
You
We're
know,
fishing it this year. Well,
Yeah,
I am.
everybody
Hopefully,
should.
some of my
Everybody
guys.
should be fishing that this year because it goes to a great cause.
For sure. And they're such good people.
Yeah, and you can win money in the whole thing. So whatever, it's a great tournament. It's run by outstanding people, and I believe they do all their parties there at the 26 Degrees Brewery.
Yeah,
And so it's right there off Atlantic the whole
Kickoff
time.
is 26 degrees, and I think the awards are the awards there this year. Last year we did the awards at the
Last year the
boat
awards were
dealership.
at 14th Street, weren't they? That's the
No,
weigh-in. The weigh-in
weigh-in.
was there.
the
At
dealers
Sundance.
Sundance, yeah.
Yeah, Sundance is a sponsor there. I'm
Yep.
not really sure exactly where the awards are going to be honest with you. But we will
It
find
was fun.
that out.
It was fun last year. We had a good time.
Yeah, well,
Where the hell was I wonder?
You
It
guys
was
were- I think you
like-
guys
so
were out of
last
town.
year-
you guys might have gone to the Bahamas or something.
last year was their first tournament, right? And they did not have a lot of time to prepare, but they did a great job. All things considered. There were some weather issues, so they didn't get all the smaller boats in because it was a little rough. So a lot of people didn't, go on the day. But it was a fantastic tournament. They still had a great turnout. They had a non-professional team win the whole thing, so it was a lot of fun. And all the money went to a great cause, for muscular dystrophy. If anyone is a stranger to this show, then we can say that FFMD, the Fishing for Muscular Dystrophy, does great things. Paul Robertson, Tiffany Tillotson, they do great things.
Yeah.
And this tournament really is to set up we always say blanket say raise awareness, but it does raise awareness, but it also actually gives money to the organization. If anyone has been living under a rock that watches this show, knows that all the money for the FFMD goes to the kids in the camp.
Yep.
So that's very, very important. If you're looking to have a great day and a fun day, and you want to put your money into a nice place and have a good time,
And there's
Fish
something
that
to be
tournament.
said for that. Everything Paul does to raise money, the dude's afflicted with muscular dystrophy.
Yep.
Not a nickel of it goes towards any research to cure him. Not one nickel.
None of it.
It all goes to the kids.
Just to the kids.
Dude, that's
he's got limb girdles is the specific ones that he has, but he's not specifically
people in the
targeting
world.
that. Yeah, he's not
says, "Look,
targeting that one. He's
got me."
just all about the kids. Yeah.
that's amazing. So
And I got to tell you one thing about him too, and he's one of the best people I've ever met in my entire life,
Without a
and
doubt.
I mean that from the bottom of my heart. He's just one of the nicest guys, and he's we talked about this when we had him on the podcast recently. There's just something infectious about him.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, and it's just nice to be around him.
Kind,
you know what I mean?
genuine
He's always
people.
happy, and he's always in the most positive mood, and he's always just, you get this vibe that he's just happy to be here, and he's happy to be around and doing what he loves to do and all that stuff like that. And it's just like, he's the kind of guy that you just want to help, you know,
Despite and in spite of his misfortune.
yeah, you know, and so it's just if you want to fish a good summer tournament, you know what I mean. I know, you know, everyone's kind of locked into all the stuff that Jamie has going on. And
It's
you know,
3 events.
Even if you don't want to fish, come to the parties, do the raffles, do
Great
that kind of
point.
stuff.
yeah,
It's a
Get involved.
Get involved. It's such a great cause. Like when we were down for the fundraiser in Miami.
Yeah.
Like that video that they have. I mean, I was almost brought to tears watching it.
Oh, God. Crusher.
yeah. When you see the kids, it's
Kills me.
Yeah, it's tough. So I don't want to bring it down to the whole thing, but I mean, it's a positive thing because we're doing great things.
Yep.
I have hog-tied myself in my cord here. I'm literally
What are you doing? Give him one beer.
sewn up. There
Was
we
that
go.
a 5-0 or a 6-0?
So yeah, so fish the Muscle Classic, the FFMD.
Absolutely.
It's April 18th.
Yep.
You can register now. As far as the website goes, I don't know off the top of my head, but John, if you wouldn't mind flashing that on the screen right now so people can register.
It says mdamuscleclassic.com.
Do we have it? Oh,
There you go.
all right.
I put it in the window.
John, look at you, man. There it is.
Genius.
mdamuscleclassic.com. All right, the 2020. You know, we did the artwork for it. Very proud to be associated with this crew and doing the artwork for them. And then there you go. So we got,
Wonderful.
obviously, Jamie's tournament's coming up in the summer.
Yep.
We don't have to get too far into the meet. We got some things going on with Jimmy Wickett's tournaments with the Meat Mayhem. He's going strong with that. So when's the next one, John?
This weekend.
This coming weekend.
This coming weekend? Where at?
Palm Beach.
Palm
Riviera
Beach.
Beach Marina.
So the Palm Beach.
Yep. The Palm Beach Mayhem and the
The
Shamrock Showdowns.
the
this
Shamrock
weekend.
Show and the Pelagic one.
Yep.
And, you know, so we're starting to really kind of get into that. I mean, we were talking the other night about the April-May thing.
Yeah.
How that's really like the hot spot for
It's-
fishing.
it's-
And so there's going to be like a tournament every weekend from
That's
here
when
on
fishing
out.
gets Richter.
For a long time, May was my favorite month. The later part of April, we're seeing that May push of fish. You know, not as strong as in the heart of May, but we got a bunch of the sales, and there's, you know, you're still likely to catch a cobia and stuff
Yeah.
like that too. So it's
Start
just
seeing a lot of bigger mahi show up. And,
yeah, it's been great through, you know, those
Well into June, too.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, there's a couple month period where literally it can be on fire straight on through the whole thing.
If we could have that fishing, that April, May fishing year round, we need extra boats and more people because we'd have people fishing
yeah,
nonstop.
we think we have a population problem now.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That said, dude, you get those days mixed in all through the year. You
Yeah.
just never know you hit a day that's just epic. Ridiculous fun.
Every so often, though, you know, and tournament wise, fishing wise, you have one of the bad ones. It makes you appreciate the great ones that much more. So that's,
Fuck that. They all got to be great.
yeah, I agree with you there, but that's the spin I try to put on it to myself.
But I've talked to a lot of the guys at the awards and kickoffs and stuff like that. It's like the fishing's been so off this year. Like most of the guys, like they don't care if win or lose. They want to go out and catch a bunch of fish. I mean, I'd rather catch 20 and lose by 10. You know, I still don't want to lose, but you want to have good fishing.
Well, that's what I love about tournament fishing. It forces you to go find good fishing.
Yeah.
I want to catch 20 and win by 20.
Whether-
all the rest of them don't, even including you, don't get a bite.
Look at this guy. Give
Take
him one
that.
beer.
Hey,
It all comes out.
Man,
It's always been the case. I hate losing, despise it. Nothing hurts worse.
but if I'm gonna lose, I still want to catch 20. Doing it.
Boat sinks, go to the bottom, we all die.
How did you guys like the Atlantic Radio?
Unbelievable.
that was
dude.
amazing.
Unbelievable. I listened to guys that were on the 409 hump at a marathon,
Yeah.
and I'm sitting in Boynton, right up front of Boynton, and listen to these guys talk like they're right next to me.
So I had Adrian on, the guy that invented that whole thing, and he was telling me all about it, and they're so proud of that. And I love the fact that that's a homegrown product. They're
Really?
based out of Miami.
And it's
Yeah.
radio that big, and the battery didn't die.
Yep.
Amazing.
I was so proud of that. We had him on the podcast at the Hard Rock, and he was telling me all about it, and I was just amazed, and I wanted to get your guys' opinion on.
It was unbelievable.
I'm like, that must have been.
I told
so
Jamie,
cool.
I was like, that's something you might want to look into because it's really nice.
Yeah.
The one drawback, I'm on the phone with Louie as we were fishing pretty close together the whole tournament and chatting and carrying on, and I said, dude, there's one drawback to this silly little radio. A guy fishing off a Triumph sounds like he's right next to me, so you can't play the game of.
Yes.
I can hear him. I get an idea of is that a bite that might be happening. I can maybe make a move to. Shit, guys 100 miles away from me sound like they're right next to me. This
really
it takes an aspect of your, whatever your. I just lost the word. It's gone. But the way you think and work.
It's like part of your strategy. It's like if you barely hear the guy, it's like he's definitely north of me, so he's got to be fishing 15, 18 miles north. Or
I'm so happy to hear you guys say this because Adrian's such a nice guy, and and he works really hard, and I'm happy to hear that you guys are responding that way. So I'm going to give a shout out to Atlantic
but
Radio.
But at first I was like,
right
this little thing, whatever, and
can't work. Battery can't last. There's no way.
Once we got it going, it was freaking awesome.
They said Brick was like skeptical whether or not this was even going to work,
was.
and and then after they tested it a few times, he's like, all right,
my buddy Brick,
seems pretty good, yeah. So.
No, I mean, before we had it on the boat, I was carrying the thing around at Hard Rock, and I'd be lying if I was happy about having to tote that extra thing around with me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's this thing?
Right.
I got this.
It's amazing.
And then once it was working, I'm surprised they got it back, because Steele said they weren't getting it back, and typically you're not getting it back.
Well, but they had it locked into just that channel, so I don't know how they do that.
They set up a group.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
but you couldn't even change a channel on the radio. It was
on those ones. It was specifically networked for the tournament.
Yeah.
So they wanted to do that.
Did yours have your name on it, or did they all say my name on them?
Now, does that radio have the capability to
had my name on the damn thing?
Did it?
To have any channel that you can go on any channel and it's going to work with that kind of range and that capability?
You can set up your own networks through there. Yeah. Like if I wanted to have one for Connected by Water for that event at the Hard Rock, and I wanted only my crew to be on that network, so we knew where we were around the hotel, I could have done that. But that one was locked for the tournament.
But what about can you be outside of cell service and it still functions like that?
It is cellular.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
okay.
it is cellular.
Satellite option too.
They do have a right.
But you get the delay and everything that comes with satellite communication.
I don't know about that, but they do have a satellite product. That wasn't that one. It was like a level up one, but he said it works. He's like, you can be in Madagascar and whatever. And
that's amazing.
Yeah. But the one that you guys used in the tournament was cellular. So I
thought it was amazing.
Yeah. So I said, well, what happens if you want to make a Bahamas run? He's like, well, you'll lose it in the middle, but when you get back over there, you'll get it back. So just like any other. So it's not a sat phone, but they do have a sat version.
Oh, they have. It's two different versions.
It's two versions. Yeah, the one you guys used in the tournament was not the SAT version. They had basically towers set up along the entire. That's why everything worked flawlessly. Yeah. So, but it was a great technology. I don't know. It was kind of cool. So, and I think the cool thing is that you guys were hearing releases throughout the day. So you were. I mean, maybe it was good, maybe it was bad. I don't know.
Well, no, you already know all that through the. The online, the
live scoring.
Yeah, but if you're able to hear like, instantly, like right when it happens, they'll broadcast it over the phone. So, I thought that was kind of a cool thing.
It was very cool.
Yeah. So,
faux show. Is that the show?
I don't know. You tell me.
I got to pee, so it's got to. All
right, it's the show then. I think we've been doing this long enough. So, Jimmy, how'd it go?
I thought it went wonderful.
You gonna come back and visit us sometime?
Sure.
Do this some work?
As long as Big Sexy's here.
That's right.
He's always here.
I know.
In spirit and nothing else.
I really want to give a shout out to Skip Dana. Like you brought it strong today.
That's right.
You even wore your shirt.
I wore my shirt. It's my lucky shirt.
I'm very proud. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm putting the juju on it. You guys got to. You bring the horseshoe. You bring the lucky charm. You guys are both going to be on the top 10 board for the final sale.
I'm gonna use
we
it
go
Saturday.
1 and 2. Put that kind of juju on it.
What's that?
Yeah,
1 and
top
2.
10 ain't enough, dude. I need top 2.
1 and 2.
All right, I got to dig a little bit deeper.
Do a dance, whatever it is. Sacrifice a chicken.
I might have to put a brim on that hat to bring you up to 1 or 2. So, yeah,
it's under your ear thingies.
So, all right, are we good?
We're good.
I think so.
What? Do that?
The what?
Oh, the question.
We did it kind of throughout the thing.
Yeah,
So, we got to announce our winner.
Yeah.
So,
Steve Doherty, you won, and
Steve Doherty
Skip ought to get something for having such a great answer.
for the Fonzie. Oh, with
With the shark theory. I like it.
Well, he gets free beer.
It's always the shark's fault.
That's my theory. That's why they're not
So-
flopping as much this year.
All right, Jason, you had good questions, but I think Steve really got us on a hot topic there. So, Steve Doherty, you win the Papa's prize pack, which is a $50 gift card, some Papa's swag, a couple bottles of wine. We'll get that to you.
Hey, you can
ASAP.
congratulate him. He's having a kid here any day now.
Any second.
Thursday, actually, they're gonna.
Oh, that's right. They're ready
They
to
going
go.
in?
They're going in on Thursday.
Uh-oh.
They're going in on Thursday doing deuce.
Yep.
Oh,
No, I think they're sliced dice. Voila. Take
well.
that.
Yeah. It's like it's one way to put it, Art.
That's Arthur.
Sliced dice, really?
Yep.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
So
You are who you are.
But we're rolling this. We're rolling this on St. Patrick's Day. So
Nice.
Cool.
yeah. So hopefully the birth will.
Oh, it'll be flawless. I have
So
no doubt.
congratulations to
The Dohertys,
the Doherty family.
Steve-O and Tamara Stiles.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, man. Here we go again.
what now?
No, nothing. Congratulations, Steve-O and Tamara.
There you go. All right. So, all right, we're out. So, a lot of love going out to our Connected by Water community today. So, we drank some beer. We wore some green glasses.
Sonny's booze.
The what?
Oh, good. Do your thing.
I can't do my thing. You guys are on different topics.
And
No,
Laser
we're
V.
Whoa, don't go there. Don't go there.
Never mind. Nope.
Go there.
No, we're good.
Oh, I got to pee. We got to end this thing.
You really got to pee?
Oh, my God. It hurts.
All right. Your ego is not your amigo. Always do your best and let God do the rest. Remember to buy all your vehicles at Joey Accardi, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Right? Remember to always eat, drink, and be local. And do not ever forget that no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, we're always connected by water.
Yay.
Thank
Yes,
you very
sir.
much to our special guest, Jimmy DeMarco, Captain Art Sapp, Captain Skip Dana, Tournament Talk Edition, St. Patrick's Day Edition. We're out.
Ciao, ciao.
Fonzie.
Thank you.